Hi, and welcome to all the E-Type Club members and E-Type Jaguar enthusiasts. If you're not a member of the club, this is the magazine they put out every month, along with a digital copy. And even if you're just interested in E-Types and don't have one or not doing a restoration, this is probably the best magazine there is. There's plenty of Jaguar magazines, but they do so many different models that the amount of information you get on one model is not enough. And this is the only magazine, apart from for E-Types, that I know of worldwide. And Land Rover do exactly the same thing. They do a new one called Series Land Rover, which is the same thing, especially for Series 1, 2 and 3 Land Rovers. Anyway, what I want to do on this video is show you the braking system. As you can see, this is in fairly poor condition. I have new pistons for it because obviously they are completely and utterly ruined. I mean, look at the condition inside of the piston. I mean, you know, it's 48 years old, but it just isn't worth repairing, and you'll never get a proper seal on it. So these are all the parts that make up the rear braking system, and it was quite difficult to get apart, as you can see by the corrosion that's in it. A lot of things have just actually fallen apart, you know, these clips that support the brake pads and so on have just come apart. But I've got one, the other one for the IRS, or the rear suspension. This is it still complete, and you can see how badly rusted it is. Well, what I would like to show is the handbrake system on the E-Type. It was notoriously bad for not being efficient. And actually you can see the reason why. If you see these brake pads here, because it's got a pivot on it, when I close this, you can see it moving, but the problem is it's only the front end that's going to catch onto the disc. Now, from what I understand from a lot of other people, that if the brake system is set up correctly, it works quite well. But you know, you have to remember this is a 1966 car, or this was probably on the original 3.8s, I'm not sure. I'm not an expert in E-Types. I'm just a guy trying to restore one. But you can see that's really quite inefficient. But it is the original caliper. So what I'll do on the next video is all this will be sandblasted, all this equipment here. I'll sandblast it in my sandblasting cabinet, obviously minus this junk, and then put it all back together with all the new pistons that I've just bought, and then you can see how it all goes back together. Hopefully this is going to give you some information on the braking system, and it does look like there's a lot of parts, but really it's pretty basic. I mean, I just think the only difficult part on this will be this handbraking mechanism, because it's just, as you can see, it's pivoting on one side only. If that was being drawn in square, it would be a different situation, but it's not. It's just pivoting on that point right on the end, which is probably only 20–30% of the brake pad's going to be going on the disc. That's probably why it's quite inefficient. Anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you're interested in E-Types, join this club. Believe me, the information and on buying cars, restoring cars, if you just like the cars, if you just like E-Types, and I don't think I've heard of anybody who doesn't like them, but if you really want a lot of good information, this is the magazine to subscribe to. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.